What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? Hey, true story. My baby girl wanted to do like a little cameo appearance again, but she kept messing up. So she just got frustrated. But it's okay. She cute anyway. No, but today, I wanted to talk about something that's going to it should spark some conversation because a lot of my other stuff do. But this one is going to be more aimed at self because this time you're going to have to actually reflect and think on what actually happens when you go through this journey, right? The world doesn't become kinder to you, right? It didn't become kinder to me. I just became harder to ignore, right? People notice a shift, especially when you go from being fat to fit. People notice that shift in attention and respect whenever you go from being invisible to now everybody and their mom noticing you because yeah, you are rare. And to be for what it's worth, man, fair or not, this is a real experience that a lot of people do live, and I want to explore how that feels, right? It's I can say for me, truly, I didn't really look to feel anything. I didn't because my validation doesn't come from other people. But you have to understand that these things are going to happen, especially with time. As you continue to go to the gym, as you continue to eat right, as you continue to monitor your macros, as you continue to count those calories, you know, it becomes a part of your identity. And once that's who you are, that's just second nature to you, hands down. Like, even though I'm this deep into my cut, like, I'm still counting my calories. I'm still counting my macros, right? I know it's calories in, calories out, but I still want to hit my protein goal. I still want to make sure I'm under a certain amount of carbs. I still want to make sure I'm at a certain level of fats, healthy fats, of course. And I want to make sure I'm getting my fiber, right? So that's something that people notice, right? And I actually made a meal yesterday for my kids, and creamy spaghetti, right? They don't eat how I eat. They got high metabolisms, they active, they don't want to eat the things that I eat because I needed to eat those things. But instead of me forcing them my lifestyle, the only thing I can do is just lead by example. And they see that I eat the same thing every day. They see that I have an app that counts my calories. They see that I'm up at 3:30 every morning, and by 4 o'clock I'm out of here and at the gym. If I got somewhere to go, I'll take the car. If I'm just going and coming back, I'll walk. They see that. They notice that. So that's a good way for me to lead, for me to lead by example, and gain and keep that respect within my family, my children, or whatnot. So that respect comes along with that because now it's like, okay, well, my dad said he's gonna go to the gym. He goes to the gym. We eating all this stuff, but my dad won't eat that because that's not what he do anymore. And if they do see me eat it, it'll be few and far between. It'll be like, okay, well, he fucked up a whole pizza by himself, right? And that'll be like once every 85, 90 days, right? They'll see me probably eat a whole pizza. They'll see me eat 12, 15 pancakes. I'm lying, I ain't eating all that shit. It just sound good because The Rock did it, and I thought that was real cool. But honestly, guys, I really don't want none of that shit. If anything, on that 85th, 95th day, or 85th or 90th day for me, man, look, I'm gonna load up some air fried potatoes, some ground chicken, some cottage cheese, and some honey. That'll be my first meal, and it's gonna be a lot. And then my second meal, it'll just be more of the things that I already love. Instead of 400 grams of broccoli, let me take it up to 600 grams of broccoli. Let me make my own burger. Let me make the bread out of tuna. Let me get the leanest ground beef or ground turkey I can find. Let me get the low fat cheese. Let me use Greek yogurt to make my mayonnaise. You know what I mean? Like, instead of using actual mayonnaise, I use a Greek yogurt base. Season it, put some lemon juice in it, spread it, and do all those things. And the one thing I might have that's bad is my banana bread. I'll make some banana bread with walnuts and blueberries and some dark chocolate chips. And I may, drizzle a little bit of that melted peanut butter over the top. That'll probably be the worst thing that I eat. But and guess what's gonna happen the next day? Back on routine, baby. Back on schedule. Back in that gym. Back into this calorie deficit. Back into maintenance, or back into a surplus, depending on what part of my journey I'm on at that time. But the world itself, I can say, has become a little bit nicer, but it's all out of respect, though. It's all out of respect. I had a gathering today, small gathering today. I had to go get my car looked at after I left the gym. So I just, excuse me, I decided to, you know what, let me drop my car off while they working on these things. And let me just go over here, go to Starbucks. And it was like a little group in there. Everybody was cool. I didn't know nobody in there. But I just recall having to go to that Starbucks because it's in the little Target across the street from the dealership or whatnot. So I go in there, and when I used to go in there before, it's Saturday morning, they always had these same, little outings. A lot of people in there, they getting their stuff, they going on about their business. Before, in 2024, when I used to go in there, nobody paid me no never mind. Nobody cared to talk to me. It was just, okay, another person in here to get they coffee or whatever and move on. But I wasn't just getting coffee, man. I was getting the blueberry. I'm gonna tell you my order. Let me get a large no, not a large. Let me get a venti caramel macchiato, extra caramel. Let me get 3 blueberry muffins, 2 chocolate muffins, and the little caramel wafer crisp. Yeah. And guess who ate it all by himself in his car before he even went back to the job? But the only thing he took back into the job was that cup of coffee. Me. I used to do that shit. So I wasn't even respecting myself back then when I was doing that. So I go in there today, it's like, okay, you see, I mean, obviously they're not the same people, but you still see that group of people, everybody in there talking, having their coffee and shit. So I'm just like, all right, cool. So I don't really say much. Dude move away. I move to the front. I was like, hey, look, I just want a green tea with the little mint, and then a green tea with the mint, and I'll get the lemon packets myself. She's like, no, you don't have to worry about it. I'll get the lemon packets for you. I was like, okay. She was like, matter of fact, how many you want? I was like, I normally do 3. She's like, you know what? I'll do it. I won't charge it, and I'll put it in there for you. How does that sound? I was like, damn, how long have you been working here? She's like, oh, I've been here for 5 years. Thank you. I truly appreciate that. That further solidified what I'm telling you. When I was a fat body, it was just, hey, you're a regular person, regular customer, here you go. But because I didn't look like everybody else, because everybody else was fucking super fat and just not in the best shape, I felt that level of respect because I didn't have to ask for anything else that I couldn't have done for myself. She did it for me. And I'm not self-glazing, oh, because I'm this and that. No, you really are rare. The world tends to respect you more when you respect yourself. And that's one of the things that you admire the most, because that's, if you're doing it for validation, obviously you're going to be expecting it. And that's not something that it's going to catch you off guard because like, oh no, I'm sexy now. This is what I'm expecting. That wasn't my aim. My aim was literally just to better myself as a person, as a man, as a father, as whatever it is, to whoever I am. Nah, I didn't look for validation in other people because for so long, I needed validation within myself. I never thought I was good enough. I never thought that I would be the best version of myself because I kept telling myself I couldn't. I kept telling myself that I'll start Monday. I kept telling myself, oh, it's just a burger. I kept telling myself, oh, it's just another steak, or, eating a whole tomahawk. Guys, you know how embarrassing that is now that I look at that shit? I went to Nick and Sam's back in like 2021, 2022, had a little nice corporate dinner or whatever. Man, I ate a whole tomahawk steak. A whole tomahawk steak. And don't get me wrong, people be like, oh, well, it's good food. Yeah, but now I can't even do it. My stomach won't allow it. And I didn't have anything done. I'm not taking it. It's just that my stomach and my brain won't allow it. Because for one, I don't need that many fucking calories, to be honest with you. Not in this stage of my cut. I don't need that shit. Now, I definitely don't need it all in one sitting with some potatoes mashed potatoes with some kind of gravy and, deep fried French fries, other shit. All that goofy shit, I scarfed down. And now that I can really look at this thing, it's like, yo, I'm truly embarrassed about the old identity that I used to have. Guys, truly. It was a complete lack of respect for myself. And for me to walk around and feel like the world should just owe me something because I made it out of, rural South Carolina. I made it through the military. I did all these great things. I felt the world owed me shit. Guys, my mindset was cooked. Fuck my body, right? That was already deep fried, battered again and deep fried again. I'm talking about the mentality. It was so fucked up. Now that I've been able to dial back, really peel back these layers on what's important in life, And it's like, damn, I really used to feel that way. And I used to think that way. I can look back through my journal and see that, damn, you know what? I used to think like that. And that was just a couple months ago. It's like, shit, you really start to develop and change the more you mature, the more you maturize through this process. And I preach it all the time, and y'all gonna get tired of hearing me say it. Guys, that spiritual journey is probably the best thing that's gonna happen to you. Like this morning, I've been going to the same gym now. I've been going to that gym for years. On and off, of course, when I was a fat body. But much so every day now that I'm back. I've literally seen the same 7 people in there every morning. Because I'll probably walk in there at 4:10, 4:15. I'll see the same fucking people. And today, I decided, hey, you know what? It ain't later in the day, it's early in the morning. I'm just gonna lift in my fucking tank top. It's hot in this motherfucker, and I'm putting in the work, doing my thing. I'm doing chest and shoulders, getting it in, right? So really pushing myself, really slowing down the reps so I can feel them more. Like I'm not with that, fast rep shit. No, I'm gonna slow down the reps. I'm gonna feel every fucking ounce of pain that I can get. And then I feel like I earn my break so I can go back and do the same thing for another 2-3 sets, right? Today was the first time 4 dudes just don't even know me. Just walk up to me, give me a fist bump. I said, okay, cool. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm just figuring, hey, they doing their workout, I'm doing mine. We up early, we got something in common. It wasn't that. It was respect. It was respect, because one of the guys, he actually spoke to me when I went to the back to change clothes. And he's like, hey man, I remember you. I was like, do you now? He was like, yeah. He's like, you always wore the Alpha Phi Alpha hoodie. I was like, yeah, what you know about that? He was like, I only knew about it because you was a big guy, a real big guy. He's like, you'd come in here once or twice a week, maybe for like 3 or 4 months. Then you stop and you come back another 4 or 5 months later. He said, you never made any progress. He's like, what happened? And I just told him, I was like, hey, look, I had to get my shit together. Something told me that it was time. August of last year, something told me it was time. And I built momentum and I did it. And he was just like, man, I really respect what you did. He's like, truly, everybody's not going to lose a whole human being. And I think that's funny because my boy Twix Edwards, he said the same thing. He's like, man, you lost a whole human being. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, you don't think about it that way because you're doing the work. You're used to waking up every morning, doing these things. He's like, so people outside of you gonna notice your change before you do. And I was like, damn, you're right. And I hate that shit that you see on social media. 4 weeks, you'll feel it. 8 weeks, people will notice it. 12 weeks, you'll notice it. Guys, don't even worry about who notice it. Because when you see stuff like that, that's going to put in your head now that there's a fucking timeline that you need to get to before you start to visually see results. It's all going to happen internally before it happens externally. And honestly, you should be you should be worried about more on the inside anyway. You should be worried about that mental health. You should be worried about your spiritual health. And you definitely should be worried about that visceral fat. That's the fat around your organs. It's not just on top of your muscle, guys. It goes deeper than that, right? And people think I'm crazy when I say this. Yes, your brain is inflamed when you're a fat body. Everything's inflamed when you're a fat body. Mostly your emotions, right? And mostly your body. I'm telling you, it's like I seen a dude today. He was huge, man. He was just so big. And it's like I found myself not even judging him. I don't feel like I should judge anybody, and I don't, regardless of how I used to look, how I used to feel. I don't. I do feel that empathy though. Not sympathy, but I do feel that bit of empathy. Like, man, you know what? I used to be there. But it's not my place to walk up to him and say, hey, I used to be 315 pounds. This is how I did it. This is how you should do it. He got his own time. He got his own rhyme or reason. Maybe he don't ever want to get in shape. Maybe he's comfortable where he is. And that's one thing I've learned. Men, we should not be comfortable. We have to strive to be uncomfortable damn near every second of the day. Like when I got in from handling my errands and shit this morning, came home, took a shower. Next thing I know, I didn't realize how exhausted my body was. Passed out for a couple hours. But as soon as I was like, oh no, I got to post my video today. Let me go through my notes. What did I write about? I got to go out here and take out this dog. I got to go do this. I got to go do that. Stuff that I should have did, I did. Because I said I would do it, right? And back in 2024, I wouldn't have did anything. This video would have got pushed to tomorrow. The dog, I would have made my son or my daughter take out the dog. I would have just found other ways to not do anything because I just didn't want to. I had a lazy spirit on me. But I'm not that guy no more. I'm actually glad to appreciate where I am now. It took me a while to get here because I kept downplaying everything. I swear I did. I don't downplay it no more. And I just recently stopped doing that. Man, you look good. Oh man, I used to be, oh man, it's all good. Just some working out and eating right. I ain't doing that shit no more. Oh man, you look, I know, bro. Like you have no idea. I work out like a motherfucker. Oh, that's all? I was like, no. I say no a lot to myself. What you mean? I was like, bro, don't you think I want a slice of that fucking loaded supreme pizza without the pork? Don't you think I want a fucking a piece of cheesecake? Yeah. Nope. I don't. Because it's gonna make my stomach upset. And that's just not what I have a taste for. I will be real. I still love me some peanut butter that I'm staying the fuck away from. And I love the little maple glaze fruit snack. No, not fruit snacks, but the maple glaze of pecans, walnuts, cherries, and I think I said walnuts already. Yeah, I love those things. I know that 27 grams of those is 140 calories. Oh damn! You know what? I might have room within my macros, and it's all good. Put it on the food scale and weigh it. Don't eyeball the shit. 27 grams is 27 grams. Get your one serving, call it a day. That's discipline, guys. That's something that you develop, and that's why the world is nicer to you. That's why people are respectful to you now. They're more respectful because they see that you are rare. They see that you take it. God, look, it is not a game, and you can see it yourself. Guys, just people watch. Not in a creepy way, but those of you who not on body game, just people watch. Just look at everybody around you and see how you look compared to them. I've seen dudes 20% body fat. Oh, I'm not as fat as that guy. But motherfucker, are you serious? No, dog. You still bad off. Your wheels have still fallen off. You know, like, and it's okay to admit that. I had to admit it, right? And I'm still not where I want to be compared to where I know I can go. But the only thing I can do is control the inputs. And as I control the inputs, guess what else I'm still controlling? My self-respect. Because I'm still eating the right things. I'm still drinking water. You know, I'm still, every morning, still drinking my protein shake. Still eating my creatine chews. Still eating 10 grams of walnuts. 35 grams of blueberries after my workout. You know what I mean? Banana before my workout. My salmon. Well, today I didn't do the salmon. I didn't have a taste for it. But I did my rotisserie chicken breast with my 200 grams of rotisserie chicken breast with 400 grams of broccoli and 120 grams of my potatoes, right? Because instead of eating all that stuff in the afternoon, I was like, no, I just want to eat it right. In the evening, I want to eat it all here right now. So this afternoon, I ain't got to eat anything. So I did the majority of my calories and everything I needed after I handled my errands. Granted, I took a little nap after I ate, but I woke up and I was like, oh man, I still feel fine. Those things don't bother me like they used to, because they only bother me like they used to because, oh, you went into a food coma because your ass had a donut wrap cheeseburger, the Luther. Y'all might not know what the Luther is. If you don't know what the Luther is, you need to check out the Boondocks and the episode called The Itis. That's how a lot of you motherfuckers eat, man. I'm telling you. I see it on TikTok all the fucking time. They wrapping donuts inside of chocolate chip cookie dough and putting it in the air fryer. I mean, you already got the calories and shit from the one donut. Now you adding a cookie wrapped around that shit. It's like America is continually finding ways to make your back big as fuck. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And like, I look at some of the food reviews. I look at that shit to make me laugh because these motherfuckers, it's funny as hell. Like, what's his name? Hungry for Munchies. I got to shout that guy out. He funny as hell. When something real good, he be like, God damn. I mean, and dude went to New York, had a bunch of pizza. Dude went to all over the place and just, no, he went back to Cali, but he still like just find stuff on TikTok and he'll make it at home and he'll review it and rate it and stuff. And I mean, that's people hustle. But you got people who that's not a hustle. They eat like that for real. You know, these the motherfuckers that be in my comments and shit with no profile picture saying that, oh, bro, you look average. Okay, that's cool. I look average, but I don't look nothing like how I used to look. And I'm pretty sure if you had a profile picture, my guy, you wouldn't look like me. Dead ass. And that it is what it is. I'll take the good with the bad. I'll take the bad with the good, however you want to call it. And I'm still going to say, hey, God bless you though, bro. Because while you out there still sitting behind a computer, you know, doing what you do, I'm out here trying to make a difference. I'm out here trying to reach people to show y'all, guys, you can do this. It's been done because I've done it. All you have to do is have delayed gratification, self-respect, and accountability and discipline. That's it. When you want something bad enough, you'll go get it. And that's one thing my grandma always told me. She said, boy, ain't nothing stronger than a made up mind. Once you put it here and it's there, you after it, it's yours. You know, so don't think for a second, please don't think for a second that you won't get respect, because you will. You won't get attention because you fucking will. I'm not used to, honestly, I had been such a fat body for so long. I wasn't used to the shit that happens now. I just don't. And I don't even like to talk about half that shit. One of the comments said, give us more body game stories. That's another video. And that'll be short. That'd be like 5-10 minutes because I don't want to go on a tangent about that shit. But it's like, you see clear as day choosing signals. You see clear as day the level of respect that you get. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, women just throw themselves. No, that's not an everyday thing, right? So let me clarify that shit. You see things that you wouldn't have normally seen when you was a fat motherfucker, right? So case in point, I was in the line. I had to go to the ATM because I had to get some cash from my barber. He trimmed up my little boy. I was like, man, I need to give him his money. So there's a nice lady in front of me. She was super cool. She had to be like 50-something years old. And she was just like, it was like 4 dudes that had walked in. You know, they was loud, fat, you know, I think there was like Middle Eastern or something, or Indian, I don't know. But they was a little loud. All of them was cooked, to be honest with you. But, you know, they pulled up in the big Benzes. They pulled up in the big Benz, a badass Tesla, and it was like a brand new i7 BMW. Sexy ride. But all of them that got out of them was fucking cooked. And I pulled up in a damn 2024 Honda Accord hybrid. So they walked in, they was loud, doing all these things. And then dude pulled out, you know, his nice wad of hundreds paid for him and his homeboys. And the lady just looked at me. She was like, what do you think? I was like, what you mean? She's like, those guys, how they just came in here all loud and stuff. I was like, well, you know, to each his own. Maybe they had a good day. Maybe they was excited about something. I don't know what there's really much to be excited about. Did you see how their stomachs were looking over just busting out of their shirts? I was like, yeah, I noticed that. She was like, yours don't do that. I said, no, it don't. I said, not no more. I said, but it used to, but I got my shit together. She's like, really? I was like, yeah. And so I wasn't thinking nothing of it. I went to the ATM. I got my stuff. And then I went to the front. So, because I was actually really hungry. I got the Jack Link's protein pack. It was like 100 grams, 100 calories, 18 grams of protein for like the little beef pack. So I got one, and then I got a water. And then she was actually standing behind me at that point. And so, you know, I put the stuff on the counter, and then she like slid next to me. She was like, I got this for him. I was like, no. I said, ma'am, I got it. It's not a big deal. It's like $6. She's like, no, you're good. Just, you keep taking care of yourself and being a respectable young man. I was like, oh shit, thank you. So that's not a woman throwing herself at you. It's just somebody clearly just wanting to do something nice for somebody she respected, right? So that was a good feeling. I don't like people buying shit for me though. I'm usually the one that like to do stuff like that because it make me feel good. But stuff like that happens now. I tell you, hey, Starbucks happened here. I went to get my normal green tea with 3 lemon drops or whatever, 3 packs of lemon. Chick in front of me put a number on the fucking cup after she paid for it. I wasn't thinking nothing. I ain't even care for it too much. I just noticed it as I was like, oh shit, you know, 9726. I was like, oh, that's her number. I ain't paying no mind, but things like that actually happen. Guys, I know some people say, oh, I don't like these influencers because of how they talk. They telling y'all the real deal. And like, I know I ain't no fucking Will Smith. I know I ain't no fucking Michael B. Jordan. Motherfucker, I'm me. I'm not an ugly motherfucker at all. I was just fat. And now that all that shit went away, now that you got definition, now that you got confidence, now that you walk with your chest up, now that you walk with your shoulders back, people are gonna notice you because you're not like everybody else. It's gonna be somebody else with bigger biceps. It's gonna be somebody else with wider shoulders. But guess what? It's still not a lot of that. It's still a lot of cooked motherfuckers walking around wearing tight shirts with their stomach like just protruding out their shirt. You know, they man titties just sitting up all perked up and shit. You know, I swear one time I was like, damn, boy, that might be a chick. But no, that was a dude. That was a dude who had man titties like that. And he was still just smoking, drinking beer, and eating wings like a motherfucker. I was like, oh, okay. And like I said, it's that empathy level for me because I used to be that. I used to do that shit. So, guys, your self-respect go a long fucking way. It's just true. It does. It's gonna go a long way because people are gonna notice how you take care of yourself in a world where everybody wants to blame everybody else for their fucking problems. Straight up and down like 6 o'clock, right? It's never gonna be, I had a client, a potential client, he was just like, hey, Sean, I just wanna know your secret. What secret is that? Are you taking supplements? Are you juicing? Are you doing this? I was like, look, before I hang up, I just want to let you know, this is why you're going to always continue to be a fat motherfucker. Because not only are you looking for the short way, but you ain't even got enough respect for yourself to even want to try to eat right, to even want to try to walk, to even want to do the things you need to do in order to get off that CPAP, in order for your wife to find you desirable. I was like, I truly hope that you find everything you're looking for. I'm just not gonna be the guy to help you get there. And I ended the fucking call. I'm not arrogant. I'm just not gonna waste my fucking time. If you wanna make that change and you really want to just lock in, dude, my description in the my Calendly link is in the description. A lot of people been hitting me up and I appreciate the love, but out of the 10 people I talked to this week, I'm really only gonna work with 1 or 2 of them because everybody else ain't locked in. Everybody else want a shortcut. They think there's a faster way to do this and it's not. Yeah, you can do it fast and your skin gonna hang. Bro, I did it low and slow. I did it the right way and I still gotta wait for, you know, certain areas of my body to catch up because coming from 300, 315 down to 190, that's huge. That's big. You know, that's why I work out and lift so heavy because I need everything to tighten back up. And when it does, it does. But I'm not rushing it. I'm just patient. That delayed gratification, that discipline. Because yeah, I look good now. I don't mind taking my shirt off at the fucking pool. I'll do it again. I mean, you know, I did like the looks and shit because while women trying to get that sneak look and their husband sitting there, you know, just looking bad off, you know, bust a can of biscuits, man. And, oof, boy, the one dude, you could tell he just drank a lot of beer. His stomach was big as hell. I didn't know what was going on with his situation. And I definitely wasn't finna fucking ask because you can go to jail if you ask a man if he pregnant or identify as a pregnant man. You know, that this PC shit is real. So I stay away from it. I just, they're not finna set me up to get fucked up or on social media. Oh, black man is condemning people for being who they want to be. Not going for it. I just keep my mouth shut. Hey, if he pregnant with twins, I wish them nothing but the best. But he wasn't pregnant with twins. He was just fat in a motherfucker. And it's crazy. His old lady literally was just looking at me the whole time. Nobody at the pool looked like me, bro. Straight up. Everybody was cooked. And it's a good feeling when you can look different from everybody else and still just going about your day like you don't give a fuck. Once again, that's the world treating you better because you're harder to ignore. You won't be easy to ignore at all when you look that way. You won't be easy to ignore, period, when you just carry yourself with that level of confidence that you know you him or you know you her. Because that confidence is going to come when you realize, damn, I'm fitting in the fucking medium. Damn, you know, my chest and my shoulders look, bruh, I wear a medium shirt now. It ain't super tight. It ain't loose. It fit just perfectly. Even after I eat or drink a lot of water, it still fit perfectly. It's just certain parts of my mind say, damn, do you look fat in this? But the other part that's overtaking that is like, nope, you ain't got no back fat. You ain't got no protruding anything. You look good, bro. Keep going. And I love that feeling. And I want that feeling for y'all too. But you got to realize the world is going to continue to be a shitty place for you because you in a shitty place mentally and spiritually and physically. So until you get out of your own shit, the world going to treat you like shit. And that goes along with what I always said at the end of my video. Stop playing them fucking away games.